We are in the break room, and we are 555. I'm Eric Peterson, Communications Director for The Local, and today we are starting up a new series. It's Getting to Know Your Executive Officers. 5 new executive officers took office in April, and maybe you voted for them, maybe you didn't even vote, but they are here to serve all of us, and we are here to talk to all of you. So starting up, Recording Secretary Nicole Salinas, next in the break room. So the last time we talked, you were co-chair of FLOC, the Future Leaders Organizing Committee. And here we are in the future, and you are a leader, and you are organizing. So I guess it kind of worked.
Yeah, you get to see the full circle. So I'm very happy to be here and excited for the future.
Talked to you before, so we kind of know a little bit of your backstory, but let's do it again real quickly, like a short form. How long have you been with the company, and then when did you start getting involved with the union?
So AirTran 2008, I went to Ops in LaGuardia 2012. Then I went to Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas. About 15 years total, 9.5-ish years as an alternate or elected rep.
And like I mentioned before, you were co-chair of FLOC, but you're also the elected rep in Dallas, correct?
Correct.
And then decided to make the jump to the show and run for executive office.
Yes, it was a little nerve-wracking. Of course, Dallas was my largest station that I represented, and this obviously is a whole nother level. So it was a little nerve-wracking in the beginning, but thankfully I had some experience on my slate. They helped give me the pep talk, and yeah, we got through it. And like I said, I'm very excited to be here and extremely grateful for the opportunity, and look forward to the rest of my term and hopefully more.
I read your article in Just Cause, our new newsletter, which you can find at twu555.org. And you talk about some of the things that the recording secretary does. Can you go over just kind of the basic overview of what the recording secretary is? Okay,
so my main job is to take minutes of the executive board meetings. So that's primarily what I do. So anytime there's a motion made, I have to record the motion, the votes, and advise if it has passed or failed. And I then type that all up, and it gets approved in the next board meeting. You guys will also see that the board summaries came back. So those of you who've been around for a little bit, you would know that they were previously posted to the website. So again, we brought those back as part of my campaigning, something I wanted to do for the local. So those items are also something I put together. I present to the board, and they, yay or nay, and then we move forward. So that's something else that I produce. My second, biggest job is the new hires. So every Wednesday, so today I literally just got back from there. I talk to the new hires for 1 hour at tops. So from 10 to 11, I meet with them and go through my whole spiel, the packet, and I have the helper go around basically answering the questions so I can still get through the packet as, the time that I'm allotted. So
we know those things can get derailed very easily.
Yes. So that's how I start off the class, saying we're going to have one meeting, and it's best if we all are just kind of listening, because I only get 1 hour. And maybe, your city allows for the local rep to meet with you again, because some cities did, like Dallas. But other than that, that's all they get, other than that gold book that they look at and like, oh, I'm not going to read this. There's so much information. Really important to get to them in that hour, and as much information as we can that's going to be helpful to them during those 180 days. Because after that, a lot of that stuff just comes with the job.
I mean, with the exception of people that are coming back online or moving from one position to another, you are the very first person in our union that our members meet.
Correct. And actually, I experienced that. I had some of them come back through the class, the negotiators, when they were finished. A lot of them came through, and they gave me some good feedback, and it was nice to see them in there. And, I was actually able to thank them for their hard work in the class. So a little bit more recognition for them, which hope they appreciate. But yeah, I do see some of them come back through, and it's crazy. I've seen a lot of people in Dallas, like that were fuelers and now they're ops agents or they're ramp agents. So that's kind of cool too. Or, just in the other cities that I've worked, they, did some other job as far as a sky cap and now they're here. So yeah, it's kind of cool.
One of the things that you mentioned in your article in Just Cause is how you kind of redid the new hire class.
Yeah. So depending on when you came in, you might have been in the cafeteria, which was the first thing I told the company I am not doing. I'm not screaming into a microphone, and I'm not going to speak to new hires in a cafeteria where there's leaders and high management that can walk in and easily listen. So that was the first thing I told them walking in. Second was the packet. So the first page is a little bit of history about TWU and the local. I give them an introduction to myself as well. And then just to let them know what the next hour will be and how the flow of things kind of need to be in order to maximize my hour. After that, I go over the officers because there's a lot of unknown. What do we do? What is our role? So I go over that briefly, talk about all their district reps, the districts that they represent. Underneath that, I hit the grievance specialists and when they would need them. And then I touch on the ladies here in the office, the job that they do. Following page goes over all of our committees. I honor our veterans. We now have a database in which we collect that information. So if you have been through the class recently, you would see that I pass around a form for you guys to put your information on there and also direct them to the international site to have them register there. Following that is the breakdown of all the districts in every city. So the station directory pretty much, and just let them know, hey, this is who you're looking for. Make sure you know who they are, what they work, their phone number, and their alternates. Because the last thing you want is to be in a situation and then trying to find out who they are. Show them a grievance form, let them know how to fill it out, what to put on, what to leave off, what to do, timeframes, all that. And following page is social media. So go over the do's and the don'ts, lots of don'ts, obviously. Just try to advocate, obviously, for our page to grow the number of the members that we have since, we're working on trying to get out as much communication as we can to you guys. Following that is attendance, actually, and that's where my bulk of time obviously hits. So I need about 25 minutes just for that section, which I tell them in the beginning, like, let's try to breeze through this so we can hit all of the important things in attendance, because as I'm sure many people know, it is the number one reason for terminations, and it's usually the members that are 3 years or less. So we gotta educate them and let them know the policy and the reporting requirements to kind of set them up, right? We want them to get to that 180-day mark.
Yeah, the way things are going, you might need an hour for that portion.
Yeah, yes, this is true. So I literally, after every line, I said, I go over reported tardy, any questions, unreported tardy, any questions. I break that section all down, and it's not just a blanket like I do on all the other page, like any attendance questions, because it varies. So then after that, I go over some safety items. Carl and Steve helped me kind of put together from their PowerPoint they had. It's very brief, but there's, the important things on there: heat, cold related injuries, and driving around the ramp. Some people come, they've never even been on the ramp, so they need to understand the dangers in the workplace. And then following that is, I guess, what they call the good stuff: the FTOs, the free days, the DAT days, the 401k. And then the very last thing is their dues checkoff. So I go over the percentage of what we take, the initiation fees, how that works, thank them, and wish them good luck. I tell them they can stay towards the end. I answer questions one-on-one. It's usually the more personal things that people have. They don't want to, talk in front of the class. And then that really concludes my hour. I almost always go over, so I cut into their lunch a little bit, but thankfully, they're always really appreciative at the end. And I actually had somebody today out of Austin. She was very appreciative. And she's like, it's awesome. I'm a little sad that I only got an hour. I would have loved to get to know more. So that's kind of the reward in it. You do have those members that are just so excited to be here and be a part of a union. And they really value the work and they see it full circle. So that's always good.
Couple other things I wanted to touch on that are on your plate, and it's something that the president has mentioned before, and that is there are so many members that will or may never need the union for disciplinary reasons. So it's good to find ways to give back to them. And there are a couple things that you work on, and one of them would be the Kevin Carney Scholarship, and that is a way to give back to, future, hopefully, labor leaders, and also the Rep of the Quarter. Can you talk a little bit about those two?
Yeah, so the Kevin Carney Scholarship I did early on in my term, and that was actually really cool because I had never done something like that. I didn't go to college, so I never really even looked into anything like that. So it was really cool to see their videos that they submitted and talk about the labor movement and how it's affected them or someone in their life. And then to talk to them on the phone too. They were also very grateful. They were so appreciative for the money that was given to them. So that was nice. I liked doing that. It was, like I said, it's something I've never done before. So I wasn't exactly sure what to expect, but I definitely got a lot more out of it than I thought I would have. So that process also changed. It used to be, kind of just drawn from a hat. And now I look over the videos and I selected one person from each district. So some people had multiple, some districts unfortunately didn't have any. So I was able to carry over basically the surplus to another district. So that was the scholarship. And then the second, yes, is the Rep of the Quarter. I took that over, and it's a way to honor your local reps. I've been a local rep and I know the work that you guys do. And sometimes it's a lot and it goes unnoticed. And, that's not why we do the job, but it is definitely nice to hear someone say, hey, thanks for what you do, or thank you for what you did for me, or, just something. So that is something that our members have to honor our local reps, and everyone should participate in. I encourage you to please elect your alternate or your local rep and get their names in, because they do a really good job throughout the system, and they deserve to be rewarded. So they'll get a plaque. They are presented that plaque in the board meeting if they would like the following month, or your district rep will bring it to you in the station and present it in the break room, however you choose. Your name is added to our perpetual plaque in the office. So it's another way of, honoring your service. It's a nice little token of, our gratitude and honoring those local reps for all the hard work that they do.
So to sum it up, the board meeting summaries will be on the website a month after the board meeting. Can you explain again? We've explained it before, but let's explain again why that has to be that way.
Yeah, and I've actually had that question doing it
Me too.
Some station visits. So people are like, it's from last month. And yes, I would like it to be different, but unfortunately there's processes for everything. So that has to be approved by the board, and that's done in the following board meeting because, there's not a time frame beforehand. As far as the committee business and the financial reports, the recording secretary reports, that's kind of delayed a month. I do try to put the upcoming events further out because that information I do have, and that doesn't really need to be, approved by the board. Those items are already approved basically financially. So that information is a little bit more, further out. And then I post the date of the next board meeting and the way to contact me in case. But yeah, I've had that question in numerous station visits, and that is the reason.
And we were talking about with the new hire classes, Nicole only gets an hour. So you're out there and you see a new hire, just talk to them. They might be shy. They might not come up to you. So grab them, talk to them, put some more of them under your wing.
Yeah, and let's embrace them. And I do tell them that in the class as well. I said, we're not cohorts, we're brother and sisterhood. So please take care of one another, look out for one another. If you see something that doesn't seem right, they just probably don't know. Let's not leave them hanging. We want everyone to leave the same way they came.
And no offense, but I want you to be more busy on scholarship time. So college is expensive. Tell your kids, get those applications in. It's money for college, and that's not easy to come by.
Yeah, and I think the membership is, I would like to believe, encouraging the communication. So as much as we've put out, that is something also we'll work on, is how we can get more of that information out. Because I would love to see more videos. I wasn't expecting what I had, so it was cool, yes. But I would definitely agree that I would like to be able to represent one child from every district and not, multiple from one. but I'll take what I can get.
And finally, come rep of the quarter time, throw your rep a bone. It's a thankless job. Get in a nomination for them to be rep of the quarter. Get them some hardware.
Agreed.
How would you describe your first months?
Busy. Busy to say the least. But as I said in the beginning, I'm very grateful to be here. And as you touched on, to kind of have it come full circle. You know, I was very grateful to be a part of Future Leaders for the time that I was there and be in the position that I am now. I'm very, very grateful, and I'm here for you guys. So whatever you need, my email's posted on the website, phone number. If you need me, just contact me.
So the question I ask everybody, it's always the final question. How can the members help you help them?
Help those new hires. Let's get them past that 180 days. That seems to be, the issue, right? The attendance is our biggest reason for termination. So let's educate them. Let's do whatever we can to keep them lifelong TWU members.
She is Nicole Salinas. She is the recording secretary. Thank you so much for coming on, Nicole.
Thank you.
This is In the Breakroom with TWU Local 555, your locals podcast. You can find us on Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, on the website, Audible, YouTube podcasts. That's a new thing. Used to be Google. Follow us on social media at TWU Local 555 on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. Our website, bookmark at twu555.org. Nicole mentioned the Veterans Committee. There's a lot of great information on the Veterans Committee page, so check that out. For Nicole Salinas, I am Eric Peterson, and we are all 555.